Let us move on to a very interesting topic, very important topic, which is create WBS. That means work breakdown structure, and this is much talked about even in the previous modules as well. And I also committed back to you saying today is the time when we would learn how to create a work breakdown structure, which is going to be the basis for us in the next activities from here. Okay, so let me move further in giving you the more details on the WBS. But before I do that, let us understand and look at what are going to be the inputs, what are going to be the outputs of the process which is create WBS. Let us look at the input. The inputs to this process is a scope management plan, project scope statement, scope management plan is the output of the first process of plan scope management. Project scope management is the output of the process called define scope. The third one, which is requirements documentation, again is an output of the process called collect requirements. So you are able to correlate these three words. And then comes the standard 2, which is enterprise environmental factors, the organization process asset. Got it? Look at the next thing, which is tools and techniques. We talk about decomposition and expert judgment. Yeah, decomposition and expert judgment. In our forthcoming slides, we'll get to know what are going to be the decomposition stuff. And the create WBS process results into an output of what? Scope baseline, which is a very crucial document. And the second one is project document updates. Why? Because we have given input as a requirement documentation, and once we make up the WBS, I'm sure there would be changes to the documents what we have used that as an input. So output will be project document updates. Let us now get into the details of sharing with you some update on the terms which we'll be using it from the next slide onwards. The first term is something called as a work package. Work package is defined as the lowest level in work breakdown structure. If you want to correlate that with an organization hierarchy, it would be the last person in the organization who is going to be reflected in the organization hierarchy. Got it? There could be an CEO, there could be the mid-management, there could be the management, there could be the executive, and below the executive there is a guy who's actually doing a data entry. So that is how you can correlate back with. That's the lowest level of work breakdown structure that is called as a work package. And these terms you will have to use it in the way they are being there in the PMBOK guide. Let us not deviate from the absolute term which is going to be used in the book. And this is where you need to isolate the wrong answers when it comes to various questions, because they would be using the similar matching words in the exam, but you'll have to choose very clearly a word which is appearing in the book, which has been talked about either in ITTO or otherwise. ITTO stands for income, the inputs, tools and techniques, and the output. Then comes as something called as a code of accounts. Code of accounts is something which is, you can call that as a numbering system, which is used to identify the unique component of the WBS. And this is very clearly a numbering system. You can think in your mind, is that number 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, or 1.0.0.1. So the moment you define those numbers, it gives you a very clear-cut indication of where are we currently in the WBS. And then comes as that planning package. So a planning package means it's a WBS component below the control account with known work content but without detailed schedule activities. And this would be better understood by you the moment we move on to an actual WBS diagram. You can correlate back the various stages, what I'm actually mentioning it here in this slide. And this slide is more to give you an indication so that you guys get familiarized with the words which would become the normal word going forward. The last in this slide becomes your rolling wave planning, which is very clearly a form of a progressive elaboration. Work for your near term is planned in details. Whatever is pretty near to you, you are planning that in detail. And this is what is a rolling wave planning. Let us look at now the sample work breakdown structure. And the sample work breakdown structure here is if you look back from the top, you have a value management system project. Look at the areas which are in bluish background. So that's the decomposition at one level, which is at broader level. The second decomposition is a further decomposition of the item 1.1. The item 1.1, there is a further detailing in item 1.1.1, 1.1.2. A second layer is actually with a blue line on the borders. 1.1.1, 2, 3, and 4. And there is a further sub-layering of the 1.1, which is 1.1.1.1, 1.1.1.2. So this is what is called as a decomposition. So that means the total work which we need to accomplish, this work is divided back into various small work packages, and this is what is known as work breakdown structure. That means there is a structure in which we have broken down the work to be performed as the smaller activities, and this is what is called as an WBS. And the smaller items here, they are called as the work packages. So from the perspective of this sheet, if I have to look back on the components analysis, which is 1.1.1.2, this becomes my work package. So now you know what I meant by the work package. Let me share something more on the sample work breakdown structure. Now this work breakdown structure is a little different, and what is done in this structure is that this is more from the perspective of identifying various phases. If you look back on a blue highlighted layer wherein the background is blue, the filling is blue, this layer gives us the indication on the various phases we are in. So that work breakdown here is done in terms of the phases. And there is a further subdividing: planning, meeting, administration, software, user documentation, training material, software. And remember this example in this slide, example in the previous slide is actually shared with you to get an understanding of how is the actual work breakdown structure looks like. This is to give you a broader idea. So now you know the various layering in the work packages. Okay. Let me move a step ahead. This is the third illustration to you on the work breakdown structure. And now let us look at this work breakdown structure, which is there is a good interest now in this work breakdown structure if you look at. So the first was from the work packages perspective, the second was from the phase perspective. Now that is a third one, which is from the major deliverables perspective. The major deliverables are divided into various categories in this example. And if you look back, you look at on the project management, the training, the data, the vehicle, support equipment, facilities, test evaluation as the major deliverables, and those deliverables are then further divided into small deliverables. So that's an example which you need to remember on the work breakdown structure. Let me share with you the first one, which was on the work packages, showing you the numbering. Second was more onto the phases. Third is more onto the major deliverables. So these are different type of work breakdown structure which can be used. So that is what is called as the work breakdown structure. And the work is something which has to come out by the way you have taken a note of the requirements. The collect requirements phase in the project scope management becomes the phase wherein you get all those requirements, you get all those activities. Got it now? Clear on what an work breakdown structure is? Okay. Then let us move forward. During the discussions in the initial phase of the project scope management exercise, we also mentioned on the WBS dictionary. I think this was also discussed yesterday. And now you have a sample of the template of how is the work breakdown structure dictionary looks like. So what this mainly covers is that it covers the detailing of the work, what we have mentioned back in the sample example 1 of the WBS. If you look back, the sample example 1 was very clearly having the detailing on 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. That is called as the WBS ID. Okay. Those the respective ID is a very important document in the project, and similar ID, if you remember, we talked about a similar ID in the risk register also. We also talked about the requirements traceability matrix. We mentioned on that ID, like what is that requirement which has come in from which stakeholder and the other attributes and details pertaining to that requirement. So likewise, even in the WBS dictionary, you have the WBS ID, WBS detail, WBS honor, acceptance criteria, what are the assumptions, what are the resources assigned, what is the cost, and one more item to remember, that the template what is being shared with you on the WBS dictionary is a template which you are starting up in this template you will start using that in the create WBS exercise, but does not mean that you will be able to fulfill all the columns of the WBS dictionary here. No. This template will be going through in and out of various processes, and this template would also become a kind of an input to the project time management process, wherein we would be estimating the resources, we would be estimating the durations, and those estimations would actually come in here. And finally, that would be fed back to the cost so that we are able to calculate what is going to be my total cost of the project. So once we derive at the actual cost, by the time we are very clear that we have paid a good attention on each of the sub work packages so that we are not missing on any of the activities as such. And the main thing what our WBS dictionary also covers is a start date and the end date of a particular activity, because this is where we need to schedule certain activities to look at the dependencies perspective, to look at from the leads or lags perspective, which has to be done first, which has to be done last. So this is what would be depending on the WBS dictionary template. So this template is going to be starting up from the create WBS exercise, the create WBS process, and this will be continued for the a lot of other processes. This would be serving as an input to various processes.